Hey everyone, welcome back to Dad's Garage. It's Bruce and Reggie the Wonder Dog, and we are working on the dash. Still, it's been a while. So anyway, that's a new piece. Got the gauge or the socket thing mounted. If you missed the episode on my radio, that's in the console. So this was going to be an empty space. Got some switches wired up, ready to go in. This is painted. This is original. It was in good shape, so I just painted it that gunmetal gray. Let's see. Rust-Oleum matte metallic paint and primer in one. Woo! How convenient. One thing I did notice, these gauges were terribly, horribly dusty and corroded. This piece is to allow light shine down on these switches, but I had this old Dremel case. And I took the Dremel and cut this out. So from behind, I'm gonna glue that in there. I don't know how much that will do to help seal anything up, but hey, I had the piece and I'm having a blast working on this thing, so I'm gonna do it. Then I'm gonna head outside and tape off the windshield and paint the interior windshield with this stuff too. I brought it in the house to warm up. It's only like 40 degrees in Colorado today in Longmont. I went to Walmart to get some tape, and I thought, I'm going to grab one of these giant things of Rust-Oleum because I'm going to have doors to repaint, possibly that new half top I got if I decide to do it gloss. But I saw a guy paint with this stuff on YouTube. Didn't I, Rich? Anyway, and it seemed to cover really well. Yeah, I guess you can dial it out to a 10-inch spray. Anyway, we'll give that a shot. I got this to go along the top of the windshield. It's like door protector trim. That's my original switch. I'm not going to do anything with that. Since some of the buttons are worn out, I did order these from Amazon. For instance, the switch. This is the washer switch for the hard top. So I'm sure one of these says washer. So I don't know whether I'll use them or not, but it was $9 and I was ordering a replacement voltmeter because I got up. Oh, this one is kind of cool. That pops up and there's two USBs under it, but that's the voltmeter. So the other one I had, I got up under the dash, couldn't really see what I was doing, and hooked it up wrong, and then wondered why it wasn't working, and finally figured out that I had the wires crossed and plugged it back in. It was fried. It was showing 5.7 volts. So live and learn. Pay attention to what you're doing. Get a flashlight so you can see what you're doing if you can't. And we'll be back maybe when the inside of the windshield's painted. Because at that point, I can throw the cargo net on, put the passenger seat back on. Reg, you want to go for a ride in the Jeep? Yeah? Are you going to go for a ride? Go four-wheeling? He's a funny little dog. Aren't you, buddy? Anyway, back in a bit. Right, we're having a productive day. I got the front windshield covered. Everything masked in here just to go around that edge. Not a lot. I still have this drop cloth I'm going to throw over the rest of the dash, but we are ready to shoot some paint, baby. Okay, I got about 3 coats. Doesn't look perfect, but still not too bad. The big holes remaining are basically for the visors. I'm going to put that plastic back on there and my socket things. Put the instrument cluster back in and make sure those lights work. And then that plastic piece. I think I'll do the seat back in because I don't think I'm going to have my head up that dash for quite a while, thank God. Back ought to be good. I'm going to try and get Reggie to go up. Oh, there he goes. Usually he'll do anything to get around it. Not so much a ramp, but if he has to jump up on something. See, Clubber might try it. If there's hot dogs involved. Oh, his nails are too long. He's got no traction. He's an old dog. 13 years old. Reggie's 5? Oh my gosh, they're both clots. They're not billy goats. This is a super giant dog park. We're in Erie, Colorado. People in Colorado take their dog park seriously. We're in the small one. We're the only small dogs. Some baseball going on over here. Ugh, beautiful Saturday day. It's finally going to get spring-like. Okay, we are back. Another day working on the Jeep. Got door surrounds installed. I didn't really want to drill through roll bars, but I went ahead and did it because I couldn't really get them to fit otherwise. Plus, this is a lot more secure. They don't fit perfectly, and they probably never would. I might be able to pull that forward a little bit, but a TJ has a different angle, apparently, on the windshield. So anything you do to try and get a TJ to fit a YJ is going to be off a bit, or you're going to have to modify. But for now, because for the summer, the dog's in the back, I got the cargo net on, bikini top, door surrounds. There's not really any way they can squeeze out of there, even if I have to leave them in the Jeep for a minute. So, again, not perfect, but hey, doing the best I can. So I got this installed. I'm going to go over and drill out the other side. Okay, welcome back, everyone. As you can see, who says YJs are nerds because they have square headlights? That looks pretty round to me. Anyway, I've got one headlight in, working on the other one. I did paint some kind of rough around the bezel of those because those always seem to get chipped up. I still got these cool X tail lights to put in, but I also changed out these. This I love. The fact that they're black now instead of that ugly orange. When I flip on my new headlight switch, running lights, these I'm gonna go look, but anyway, those headlights are cool. And I've got wiring for driving lights and signals I think that flashes with the signal. I'm not sure on the driving, but anyway, I gotta go and check my Amazon orders because I thought I ordered black LEDs there too. Might have just thought about it, but anyway, when I change out those, then I'll wire in the other ones to go with the signal. So inside, all my blue tint, you can't really tell in the day, but most of the dash is back together. I'm still waiting on a new room. I found out this is called a Retrostat according to the manual. So I don't know if the one I ordered is going to fit or not, but I got that one at least working. You don't have to jiggle it to have the dash lights come on. I just sprayed some WD-40 in it. So one more headlight to do. I think I'm going to take a break and get my wife to run to Costco with me because we're running low on vittles. Anyway, throttle body still have to do. I did bring my shop lights over from the storage unit. I just got them magnetized up there, so I kind of moved them back and forth, whatever I'm working on. Those really help. I got those on Amazon too. They were, I can't remember. I got 4 8-footers. But anyway, I mean, they just have a little switch. And very lightweight, very durable. I loaded them in my truck, dropped one. So maybe I'll start on the new breathing. I'm not going to call it a cold air return, but unless I can figure out how to vent something. Actually, see, there's a little hole there. I guess if you could run something from there. Well, actually, I think this whole box will be gone. Anyway, I can't remember. I bought that a long time ago too. So throttle body from a 4.0. I'm gonna get that jack off. Don't need it. And that's about it for now. All right, gang, or all 20 of my subscribers. Funny. Anyway, back working on the Jeep. I went and got some stuff from the storage shed, my little tool cart. some chemicals and PPE. I got the rubber pulled off the old seal, got it sanded, patching some stuff. I'm going to do the inside, the gray, and then the door panel is already gray, but I'm going to do it black. I got some vinyl and fabric specialty coating. It's very special. And then I don't think I have staples very thin enough to fix those areas where it's coming up, so I just put some glue, found some paper clips or clothespins. Some of you young people won't know what those are, but anyway, I got that sitting. Now I'm gonna go through and get the rest of the clips off. I'm gonna clean all around, sand, and then I'm gonna paint the gray. So we'll be back later. Okay, and we're back. I got one coat of the gray on the door. I got, probably that's all. I did the truck bed on the chrome piece. And then I got a very, very light coat of the vinyl spray on the door panel. So, and I should have waited till the paper clips it off, but I kind of just wanted to see how it'd go on and if that paint was still even good. It's been in my garage for probably 2 years. So anyway, when those dry, I'll take them off and touch it up a little more. That's it for now. Okay, I thought I'd jump in with a quick video. Got the door painted and mounted. All the new rubber strip is on. These are a bear. Man, I just spent 20 minutes trying to pop that thing in. Backside popped right in. I got the weather seal around. There was a place right here, probably because these are not OEM, where it was bunching, sticking out. Like, if I had to cut that, I'm going to put some glue there. What else? This is painted and back on. That's painted. I ordered more clippies that go in all these holes. I'm waiting for those to come in. Then this door is done, thank God. The other issue I had was, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. If you just change out, crap, how do I turn on flash or something? Well, anyway, most of you guys know what your turn signal flashers look like. Go to Power Addicts. He's got some great videos on adding LEDs. So I added the front ones. Everything's fine because these flashers work on resistance, right? But the more LEDs you put on, the less resistance it is. So they gradually, your turn signals stop working. Now, the guy at Power Addicts said to go to get a LED compatible, but that he keeps emphasizing compatible. So you can put the compatible one in, but then you can just add maybe another LED before your LEDs stop working again. So to go full LED for the turn signals, you need those. This is what I bought. He had a part number too. Let me flip that back. There you go. It's an electronic flasher, and it has to be ground. So unhook your battery before your, gosh, have a great day here. Focus. Focus. No, that's not a part number. Where's the part number? Well, I don't even know if that really matters because I don't know, it just says generic electronic flasher. Anyway, they do have a ground, so disconnect your battery. The hardest thing I've done on this Jeep so far is pull out the two old flashers. My God, I had to, again, unhook the battery, soak them in power or PB Blaster, and just let it sit overnight. And then slowly this morning I was able to work them out. I have no idea why they're that tight. I started to think maybe they were screwed in. The TJ's, it's actually screwed to a bracket, and then you can pull it out. But anyway, I got that in. I did the flasher and the hazard. So all that's working. All I have to do now is finish back here. Whoa, I've got quite a mess in here. I did go and get my half doors. I'm going to work on those next, but I have to do the other door, paint it, and the new weather stripping. Then I'll attack these taillights now that I know I have the right flasher in there. Also bought the different retrostat, I think the manual calls it, but there's no way to mount it to that mounting bracket to hold it secure up there. So I just put the old one back in for now. I might mess with that another day. That's about it for now. So next is the other door. Then once those are done for the summer, I'll probably take them off, put them in storage, because then I'm going to work these. I'm going to run these through the summer. And then maybe this fall I'll start working on the the 2-piece hardtop and those doors. So that's it for now. If you're going to do LEDs, make sure you change out your flashers. Make sure you get the right ones, not one that's just compatible, but a true electronic flasher. Anyway, go to Power Addicts. He explains it better than I could.